President Trump signed executive orders over the weekend imposing tariffs on key countries, including Canada, Mexico and China, as market jitters point to an unwelcome, looming trade war.
We do believe that this is in violation of the WTO rules, so that's why China is filing a complaint at the WTO, and also we may be forced to take countermeasures. And let me also emphasize that there is no winner in a trade war, and we do hope that the U.S. should look at its own problems, really find a solution that is beneficial not only to himself and also to the whole world. And frankly speaking, I don't think that raising tariffs is beneficial to the U.S. itself.
Trump has used the flow of fentanyl smuggled into the U.S. to justify the tariffs.
As far as I'm concerned,
a charge China pushed back on.
The excuse for raising the tariffs is on the fentanyl. Let me also say that this is also very, very much unwarranted. And China is one of the countries that has the most stringent regulations on fentanyl. Actually, we have regulations on all fentanyl-related substance. Actually, China is the only country that put the whole category of fentanyl-related substance under regulation. And so on this issue, the U.S. should approach this issue more from its own perspective. For instance, look at the demand side of the fentanyl, and rather than shifting the blames onto others.
On Trump's pressure campaign against Panama City, after charging that China controlled the Panama Canal, followed by a decision by Panama's president, José Raúl Mulino, not to renew an agreement with Beijing's Belt and Road Investment Initiative, Ambassador Cong called the decision regrettable.
I think the accusation against China is totally false, is groundless. And let me emphasize that China has not participated in the management and operation of Panama Canal and has never interfered in canal affairs. China respects Panama's sovereignty of the canal and recognizes the canal as permanent neutral international gateway. So I want to put that on record. And with respect to the statement by the President of Panama regarding the Belt and Road Initiative, I think that is a regrettable decision, because the Belt and Road Initiative let me say this, is an economic initiative. The purpose is to build up a platform for countries, especially the Global South.
And amid talk that the United States would likely pursue efforts to ban the Chinese generative AI app DeepSeek that surged to the #1 downloaded status on Apple's App Store last week, Fu Cong argued that technology restrictions didn't work, despite China blocking most U.S. social media platforms from operating there.
The takeaway from this for me, in particular, is that the technological containment and technological restriction do not work. I think that is a lesson that the whole world should learn, in particular the U.S. should learn. And I've said this before, and I'm going to say this again. Never, ever underestimate the ingenuity of the Chinese scientists and engineers. And also I want to say that some of the knee-jerk reactions from some quarters is totally unwarranted. What we need is not more bans or more close-ups or more closures. Look at the Huawei, look at TikTok, now the DeepSeek. How many more do you want to ban?
Ambassador Cong arguing that the world was entering a very turbulent time and that the globe's two largest economies didn't need to fight each other, but rather work together on joint challenges including countering terrorism and climate change. Sherman Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.